If you want to be coached by someone that podiumed their first ever MX Land event, then click the MXP Coach link in the description to book a one-on-one session with me now. Back to the video. Alright, what's good boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're on 2025 Pittsburgh by Fuela tracks. So this is a track that we actually raced on the Friday for the aerial championship. And yeah, Fuela's actually made it in bikes, but like the actual version, like the sort of one-to-one version of what real life racing was, with the straight into the whoops here, then they're like triple on. Obviously from aerial we go based off the track maps, so we don't actually race this exact version, we race one that was made for, or made by the track map guys basically. So yeah, the tracks were made for us like months in advance. So yeah, when the tracks change like this, there's not really much that Stone Rider can do about it. It doesn't change it leading up to anything. So yeah, this is the exact version that they raced in 2025. If you're wondering why it's a bit different to what we raced on Friday, then yeah, this is why. But technically, we have back-to-back Pittsburgh video because my aerial video was the one before this, I do believe. So yeah, we kind of have like back-to-back aerial videos, or not aerial videos, back-to-back Pittsburgh videos, which I do apologize for, but technically it's a whole new track. Now, one thing I did know is I actually raced on my stream the other day, but these little banners here, they disappear for the start. So from me, if I'm looking at them from this direction, you know, you do the start here, and then they appear, and I've not actually seen that before, and I think it was very, very cool. Same thing here, go through these, and then they appear behind me. Just a very, very cool thing. I've not actually seen that before. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't realize you can, you know, have things visible from one direction but not the other. And there also is, over the back, like a drone sound following you. I've had a look in the sky, and there isn't actually a drone. So I'm pretty sure he's just put the, like, sound in. I wasn't sure whether he'd put, like, a drone in or something like that. There's a little line you can do here. You sort of go out wide here, because the scale on this track is very, very small. I don't know why. It's very overkill for the 450, or the 450 is very, very overkill around it. So you're probably better off riding a 250 around this track, I do want to say. But it's still fun nonetheless on a 450. But there is some big old lines that you can do on a, not even some big old lines, but you kind of over jump everything. It's one of them scalings where it's too big to quad everything, but it's also very small to triple everything. It's not like an in-between. You can sort of go over this as well. You can go like over this table here if you really wanted to. Single, it's not very much quicker, but again, you can go right over it. You can get a lot of speed. Now, I do believe if you do this, the timing gates don't actually count your lap. So if we keep an eye on my time at the top of my screen here, the lap most likely won't count now, because I'm pretty sure he's put like a timing gate or like a checkpoint type of thing in that. So yeah, if you are cutting through that, you will be getting a lot of cuts. And then I've tried to go like over quad, but it's a big old stretch. There's not really a big enough pocket. So it's quite hard to actually quad that, but there's a few lines you can do. You can triple into this section, sort of like weird the front end over. That's all that I like to do. And then super close triple, and you sort of hug the inside here. If you go through that too much, then your lap won't count. So the cuts are very, very strict in this track. From the races I did, as you see, my lap didn't count there. And yeah, from the laps I did, it's very, very strict on timing gates. I feel that if you go through a tough block, you almost get like a second of cuts every single time. But yeah, you actually have to hit this rhythm, which I'm not complaining about. I'm not complaining that you have to actually hit this rhythm. That's kind of understandable that you can't cut through it, because that would make the tough blocks really, really pointless, and you actually want it to be a split lane. So yeah, your laps don't count if you do that, so you actually have to hit it properly, which is kind of nice, so you actually have to do that. And then you can go out wide here. I don't actually know if it's quicker to like triple onto the table, but I've kind of liked going hugging the inside. And then going right into the table, because the table is very, very easy to overjump for the 450s. It's a very, very small like gap between the on-off, so it's quite hard to actually get it clean sometimes on the 450. But yeah, if you hug the inside, you can get it a lot easier, or you can go around the outside and you can triple into the next table. So a big old stretch there. I'm not too sure what lap times I run. I think I was running like 48 something in the stream, or 47, something like that. So the lap times are pretty close to what the aerial racing was, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we were running like 47s, 48s around there. So yeah, it's pretty close to what that track is, to be fair. But yeah, maybe it's a little bit quicker, because obviously we weren't running like 48 or 47s, just race pace. And then you get a big triple on here. But yeah, we've got the home GP tonight. As I'm recording this, it would have already happened by the time this video goes out, but we have the home GP tonight, the MXGP of Matterley Basin. So time to get the GB bike out. As you can tell, haven't actually spoke about it, thinking about it, but yeah, we're on the GB bike. We're on the vented plate, the GB bike that I'm going to be using. I'm not sure if this is the exact bike. Also, it was to me yesterday for the stream, and it's literally called just for stream. So I don't know if it's going to be any different. This isn't the exact bike I'm going to be running, I don't believe, but you kind of get the gist, you get the vibe. We're going for a GB vibe. We're going for a full GB vibe with gear included as well for it. And then obviously it's only fair that for the Netherlands, as we have a Dutch rider on the team, I'm pretty sure we're going full Netherlands for him. So yeah, it's only fair that if he uses full GB for the Mali GP, then we're going to be using full Dutch for the Arnhem GP. So, and then yeah, also for Redbud, obviously having Caleb, who's from the US, for Redbud, everything like that, we're obviously going to be running full USA stuff. So it's only fair. Obviously we're not just going to make him wear full GB stuff and then, you know, we're not going to rep his home country. So yeah, we're going to be repping a lot of different countries in the GP season, obviously with the GPs going to different countries. Going to be repping some different colours this year, which I think is going to be very, very nice. But yeah, we're still on the YZ. We're still enjoying the YZ. I feel like everyone's kind of found that it's a meta bike now. I'm kind of glad that it is, because obviously being Club MX, we want to be on the Yamaha, and I wanted to be on the Yamaha from, well, as soon as they come out, really. But it just wasn't, I don't know, I've been on it since round 2 of Supercross, but the first round I wanted to stick to KTM, because that's a bike that I know, and that was a bike that I was comfortable on. But yeah, I'm glad that since round 2, we've kind of figured out that Yamaha is meta, and I've been on it since then. So it's kind of nice that it is meta. Makes our life at Club MX a whole lot easier, because we can actually use a Yamaha, and obviously bike lock. What I mean by bike lock is, you see here I've got Yamaha and that on the trousers. I've got a Yamaha on the top as well, the jersey. And I've also made a chest protector as well yesterday, because I was a little bit bored and I wanted to have a chest protector for some outdoors. So yeah, I'm gonna be repping a chest protector, I think. And I wanted to put all the logos on it, because I also doesn't like the chest protector because it covers up all the logos. But if I put all the logos that we have on the gear on the chest protector, game's game at that point. So yeah, I think we're gonna be running a chest protector. And I do believe Linz also has his chest protector model. So if I send him these paints for it, he should be able to see it on the stream. But yeah, I think Linz is a WW commentator. Let me know in the comments down below if you think Linz is a good commentator for the GPs. But yeah, I kind of like his commentating. Nothing against Cupcake, nothing against him whatsoever. But at the end of the races, I normally just watch Linz's back. I don't really watch Cupcake's back, because I don't really know. But Cupcake, he's a very like top 3 or no one kind of spectator. He'll sort of watch the top 3, which understandable if they're having a battle, understandable. But if they're like 10-15 seconds apart, he'll still just be watching the top 3, which I don't really like when streamers do that. You know, there's other people in the race. For example, I don't know, maybe someone's having the best ride of their life in 9th or 8th, and he won't look. He won't. 9 times out of 10, he won't even go to that position. So yeah, Linz, he sort of watches the races. He knows from start to finish. You know, you got like comeback ride, stuff like that. I watched my Lugo ride, for example. As you guys know, I'll use it as an example with the terrible start. It took me like 20 minutes to get back into the top 20 and actually start making my way up. Managed to get 8th in the end, I think it was. And then, yeah, watched Cupcake back. Didn't look at me or anything once. Dead last. Had some good battles, making my way up. Linz actually got all the good passes, all the good clean passes that I was doing. Like past like 4 or 5 people in 1 or 2 corners, and he got that on the stream as well when I was in like 28th, 29th or something. And then at the end of the race, he said I had a big comeback ride. If he shouldn't be too unhappy with how I rode, and it's actually nice just to have that and to hear that. But yeah, I feel like 9 times out of 10, I'm preferring Linz's commentators. So I'm hoping Linz actually commentates throughout next year. Maybe if he doesn't go fully to MTG, maybe he'll stay and do commentating here, but I think he wants to do commentating in MTG. Maybe I'm not actually sure what his plans are. I think it's sort of, he's just going with the flow at the minute. But I'm pretty sure he wants to go down the commentating route, whether that's commentating just bikes and playing MTG, or commentating MTG. I don't see why he wouldn't be playing MTG, but I feel like he wants to sort of go down the commentating route a little bit with the game. Which is pretty good, because he's actually good at it, which is nice. It's nice that he's not bad at it, you know. But yeah, I think that would do it from me. If you guys do want to get this track, it is completely free on OC Mods. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.